So today we're going to be diving into our predictions. Who's going to win their division? What's the playoff picture going to look like? Who's going to win Cy Young? Who's going to be named MVP? And most importantly, who meets in the World Series? Coming up here. All right, so let's start off the list because I think we should jump right in. Should we do Cy Young and MVP first? I feel like maybe get the individual awards out the way.
Sure, show you guys do whatever you want. I don't make the calls around here.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start off with Cy Young. Who wins Cy Young? Now, yesterday as we were doing our bets, I already gave my answer for this technically for the AL. I'm going to stick with that. It's going to be Corbin Burns. For the NL, I'm actually going to go Spencer Strider. And I think Zack Wheeler gets robbed. The frustration and motivation leads to some other Phillies postseason success. I'll just tease that out for what's to come there.
I am close to you. I considered Strider. I also have Corbin Burns winning the AL Cy Young. I think kind of getting out of Milwaukee onto a spotlight team that's going to make some noise in baseball this year. I think he's going to get him over the top. Plus, no Garrett Cole. Even if he pitches half a season, it's probably not enough to be a Cy Young winner. So I like Corbin Burns there. In the NL, I'm actually going with Zack Wheeler. I think the Phillies are going to be better than some people expect. I think it's going to be between Strider and Wheeler, the two best pitchers in the NL. And I think this is going to be Wheeler's year. I think he's going to be better this year than he was last year. Tyler?
I am also going to go chalk in the National League. I think this is probably the year that Spencer Strider takes it. 280 strikeouts last year.
It's pretty filthy.
And again, you keep saying, like people say, oh, what if he gets hurt? Well, obviously you're projecting non-injury. If he pitches a full season, I expect him to be up in that 280 strikeout range again. That curveball that he's featured in spring training looked really, really sharp. And if it's effective in the regular season the way that it was in in spring training, I think that he is poised for a really, really good year this year. And as much as I love George Kirby in the AL, that was more of a futures play than who I think is going to win the Cy Young. And I'm going to deviate from you guys on this one. I'm going to go with a guy you picked yesterday, Jamie. I'm going to go Pablo Lopez to win the American League Cy Young this year. 234 strikeouts over the course of 194 innings last year. Doesn't give up a ton of hits. Doesn't walk a ton of guys either. Featured a 1-1 whip last year. I love Corbin Burns a ton, and there's a lot of guys that I would pick in short sample sizes in terms of picking one game or over the course of a season or over the course of 3 years. Like you can go from short to long term. Just for this particular year, I'm going to rock with Pablo Lopez in his second full season with the Minnesota Twins.
I drafted him in 2 of my 3 fantasy leagues, so that would be very good for me. Thank you, Tyler. I like your prediction.
And you guys share in the chat as I teased out. We're going to do Cy Young, MVP, World Series predictions. Who's going to be the playoff picture? I know John Sequella in the chat is saying Cy Young for him, Tariq Skubal for the AL, and Zack Wheeler for the NL. And I know you guys are talking World Series. We're not there yet. I'll circle back on your World Series thoughts that Barbara and different people are sharing in the chat. All right, MVP for me. Now, one selfishly is because he is on my fantasy baseball team, and I'd like him to do well this year. But also I do. Okay, I'm just going to jump right into it. Oh, he is on my team too also, actually. Yeah. But no.
I don't think he's going to win the AL MVP, though.
I'm going.
Oh, you said AL.
I said MVP in general. So I'm going Mookie Betts. And I'm going Juan Soto. And I do feel like
contract year MVP for Juan Soto. Yeah.
I do think we're going to get a different Juan Soto, like we talked about with Corbin Burns. I think the Yankees, with or without Garrett Cole, are going to have, they're still going to lean on him a lot. And I think a full Juan Soto with the Yankees, MVP caliber season, and then I think Mookie Betts back on that MVP spot.
Yeah, he's good at baseball.
Yeah,
very good.
Wherever he plays,
that's a pretty safe bet.
Second base, shortstop, doesn't matter. Mookie Betts.
I am not going with top 3 chalk in either league. It was Soto, obviously, but like the Garrett Cole, like the team success has to be there for the MVP, fair. In my opinion. And I don't know if the Yankees are gonna. I don't know. They just it feels foul from far away. So while Soto is a great player, obviously, I think the team success helps a lot, and I think this team's going to be pretty damn good this year. In the AL, I'm going with Julio Rodriguez. I think he's 5th or 6th in terms of MVP odds. He's at that age now where he's had like 2 or 3 years of kind of quiet stardom already, and I think this is kind of like
spicy.
I think this is the bust out. He's in his prime years. What is he, age 27? I'm going to go with
23.
Yeah, he's very young.
He's what?
23.
He's still only 23?
Correct.
I thought he was like 26, 27. That's freakish. He's been doing this since age 20.
This is third full year. Heading into his third full year.
Nature. All right, so I'm going Julio Rodriguez. Damn, I thought he was a little bit older than that. And then in the NL, I took him yesterday in our futures segment. I'm high on Fernando Tatis Jr. to take home the NL MVP this year. You know, when you pair a Gold Glove with that offense, I think you're going to be in the mix pretty regularly. Yeah. So, Tyler, who are yours?
Yeah, I'm going to just piggyback off what you said there, Jamie. I'm taking Julio Rodriguez to win the AL MVP as well. He went from 7 in year 1 to 4 in year 2. Back-to-back.
He's only 23.
Back-to-back Silver Slugger, Rookie of the Year in 2022. The home runs got 60 over the course of 2 seasons. The only thing that scares me just a little bit for Julio Rodriguez is he does get a little bit streaky at times. And like last June, for example, he hit 220 over the course of June, and then in August he hit 429 over the course of the month.
That's pretty good.
If you guys remember last year, I think he had 17 hits in 4-game stretch the one weekend. So I'm going to take Julio Rodriguez as well in the American League.
I think he's like 5th in terms of odds.
That sounds about right. There. And somebody in the chat pointed out, Dave P says LA could have 3 MVP candidates.
Yes,
and I'm going with a different one than who you chose in Mookie Betts. I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman. He's the doubles god to me. I think that he is like the guy that just all he does is get on base. He has 4 walks already. Remember, regular season play has started, guys. It feels weird to say, but he has 4 walks already in the first 2 games. Just the one hit. He's only hitting 167, but his OBP right now through 2 whole games is 554. I don't expect it to stay, but 47 doubles 2 years ago, 59 doubles last year, 200 hits last year, 200 just shy of 200 the year prior. This guy, all he does is rake. I expect him to hit high 300s again, maybe even compete for a batting crown in the National League with a guy like Luis Arraez. I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman as my NL MVP.